Firstly, I would like to say to anyone who is suffering right now, never give in. Never give up hope. You are not alone and you can do this.
Hello, Zero. This is Zero One Alpha. Are you receiving me? Over. Calling all radio stations. Can anyone hear us? Over.
It's our 14th day in our peace enforcing mission. My platoon is on quick reaction force, which means that if there is any kind of a call out to aid the refugees or other military forces in the area of operations, we are ready to move within 5 minutes. It's reveille time to get up and start routine. Shave, straight to canteen for grub. Afterwards, we get ourselves ready for the day ahead before we have our morning parade and raising of our flag. Parade is just finished and we get broken up into different groups for work details. My platoon is tasked with radio checks in the local area of operations with our armoured personnel carriers, the MOWAG. Next up is our armoury stores, to sign for any personal weapons and any extra equipment assigned to us. Like for myself, I was a Shrawman, which was a bazooka or anti-tank weapon. It's routine to carry out checks on every weapon when taken from stores, starting with safety, followed by body, looking for cracks and the functional capabilities of the sights. So I check my assault rifle, which is in perfect condition. So I sling it over my back and I cradle the straw in my other arm. The body is fine. Then I check the sights. My rear ram sight is completely broken. Gone. Nothing but a broken hinge left. So straight away, I approach the CQ and I say, "Sorry CQ, but I cannot use this, it's broken." Which I was quickly told, "Never mind that, sure, when will you ever use it?" I'm told to jog on, called Rambo and sniggered at. The timing now is 0900 hours and we are loaded up in the MOWAG and brought to different locations around Gosbida to ensure we had direct communications with our camp. However, our MOWAG was losing communications with everyone, even APCs within a few feet of us. So our lieutenant decided to return to camp to have our radio checks looked at by signals. The time is roughly 1100 hours when we returned to camp. From there, we get a call out. Everybody is rushed back into their MOWAGs. The lieutenant calls everybody to stand to and we make a move out to Gosbida. Gosbida is a refugee camp home to about 40,000 refugees, both Chadian and Sudanese. So we are tasked with having to set up a security perimeter around the camp. We are sitting on the side of a hill looking at over 1,000 Sudanese rebels to our right, approaching our position. To our left is 500 plus Chadian soldiers. We are in the direct centre looking at this. For the Sudanese coming to our right, it's just a giant cloud of sand being risen, coming across a clear desert. All we can see is vehicles in one straight line, all side by side, coming directly across. It is quite daunting, to say the least. We were told to start digging shell scrapes. Shovels are sent out, and we are tasked with it. Me and the other soldiers from the rest of the MOWAG get down, start digging into the ground. Before we know it, we're told, "Okay guys, mount up." Within all the confusion of seeing so many rebels coming to our position, our lieutenant and my NCO, the corporal, he swaps MOAGs. Our lieutenant jumps into our MOAG, which has no communications. We set off to go down to step in between, to create a barrier between the Chadian government forces against the Sudanese rebel forces. However, everyone else's MOAG has communications. We do not. Everybody else gets the detail to fall back to the walls of the camp. And we are left out in front. We have no communications to ask. Can we fire on any position that is firing us? What our details are, we have no idea. Suddenly, the rounds start coming in. For 90 minutes, I sat inside the back of a MOAG, what can only be described as absolute hell on earth.
Ah, shit! Sir!
Take fire! There's no bombs, guys! Do not return fire! Don't anyone return fire! No bombs with base! Do not return fire! I repeat, do not return that fire now!
Just to try and picture what it's like inside the back of a MOAG before any of the attack happens. It's 50 degrees heat. There's roughly 8 people crammed into a very small space. All the weaponry, all the bags, the heat, climate is so intense. 0.5 rounds hail in on top of our MOAG, both left and right. And then the screaming starts. I have a girl sitting across from me, and she is screaming at the top of her lungs about how she'll never see her daughter or son again. I have someone sitting to the left of her, and he is after getting a phone call that morning from his partner saying that she was pregnant. He was now falling apart, wondering how he's never going to see his unborn child. We had a medic over in the corner who wasn't even with a weapon, and he is freaking out saying this is not what he signed up for. He's a medic. This is not his tasking. I have someone else, and he is fired up. He is ready to rock. He has a GPMG in his arms, cradled. He is already getting more belts. He's connecting belts. He has belts being handed out. He's a spear barrel ready. This man is ready to rock. He inspires me to get my weapon ready. I look at my rifle. I bring it to my side. I sling it over to my side. My steyr is ready to rock. I lift up the shraw and I do the sights. And straight away, I realise the shraw is no use to me or our section right now when we need it most. The officer pops his head in out of the turret and he shouts, "Don't fire to the position. Do not fire to position. We do not have radio contact. Do not fire." Meanwhile, that's going on. We have our driver who is being fired heavily upon in a very small space in the front of the MOAG. He is battened down his hatches and he's locked it all tight. However, he is shouting that there is mortar positions and 0.5 positions placed on the hill, firing directly on us. The mortars are landing within 10 to 5 feet from us. It's lifting the car from side to side. Meanwhile, all of this is going on, with everybody shouting, bullets hitting off the side, MOAGs jumping up. The tyres are blowing up off the side of the car. We're waiting for a mortar round to hit the top of the car and implode everybody inside, either deafening us or killing us. The officer sticks his head in to shout, "Do not fire on the position." As he is shouting, "Do not fire," the same time, myself and my comrade to my left are screaming, "Fucking fire on that position! Fire on that position now!" The officer sticks his head in once more. "Do not fucking fire on that position." As he is shouting, "Do not fire on that position," where his head was out of the turret, .5 round bursts off the top of the steel plate where his head was. He reaches his hand up and pulls down the shutter. He locks himself in. The whole Moag goes silent. Everybody realises just how close we came to our platoon commander dying in front of us. Things just got real. The Moag is positioned facing out towards most of the gunshot. However, we can hear it off the side and off the back of the Moag also. The officer gives the call, get ready, we all cock our rifles. You're going to get out now and you're going to get into a firing position. You're going to start firing onto targets. Get yourselves ready. And continues to look out of the turret and go on trying to get more communications, which he's not having any hope at. He appoints one of the senior privates to be acting NCO, which puts him in a complete flap. All he wants us to do is get our water ready. He's reaching into pockets. He doesn't know what he's grabbing, completely under pressure. The officer says he's about to open up the door. Get ready. He has his hand on the door release open. I'm set right beside the back of the door. The door folds down if it's opened. I'm left sitting for a good hour with all this rounds coming in on top of me, thinking I'm going to die. No one is coming to help us. We've no radio contact and the officer will not allow us to fire on the position that is firing at us. I'm rocking back and forth. The tears are rolling out of my eyes. All I keep thinking about is when that door opens, I'm just going to be caught straight away with a round. Or I'm going to have to take someone's life. I'm trying to prepare my head mentally for what I'm asked to do. Suddenly the radio comes in.
Hello, 01 Alpha, 01 Alpha, this is Zero. Message over. Hello, Zero. Hello, Zero. This is 01 Alpha. Send over.
Oh my God, they just made contact with us.
01 Alpha, this is Zero. New mission, over. Zero, send over. 01 Alpha, get to UNICEF HQ for evac of NGO personnel, over. Zero, we'll go out.
Straight away, the Moag fires up, starts to zigzag out of the firing area. We pull straight back into Gosbita, into a straight line. All I remember is the door opens up. I'm first out, boots hit the ground. In order for me to share my story, it's been a long journey and a hard, tough process that has been very rewarding for me and my family. What post-traumatic stress disorder looks like to me is dislocated hips, vertebrae gone on my back, cracked teeth, dislocated ankles, and that's just from the nightmares. I fluctuated my body weight from 64 kgs all the way to 98 kgs. I sleep from 3 to 4 hours a night. I have intrusive thoughts that aren't too pleasant. However, I'm dealing with them. Every day becomes more promising. The road to recovery is not a quick one, but it is most certainly one worth going down. To every member of Oleg Nahiran, I salute you.